And we are back with Johnny Gates. So we were talking about your time on The Voice and what that experience was like. What do you think you learned the most from that experience?
Oof. I mean, I think with The Voice, it was the first time that I really, truly like focused on singing. I think I walked out of that thing a better singer just because I'd never really put in the effort to even like warm up properly, you know. And still to this day, like we'd be in the classes with the coaches, and I recorded on my phone like a voice memo of the vocal warm up that we used to do, just to make sure that I had it when I left, you know. So I'd say that was the big thing, just like because when you're in a band, like it's not really the main focus, you know. Like you're in a club, you're not trying to warm up before the show. You're trying to look for like maybe beer or something like that. But now I feel like I definitely walked away with like a focus on that.
Does any memory or conversation, either with any of the judges, mentors, do any of those things stick out? Is there one conversation that sticks out to you more than others?
Yeah, I think, and this was like on a personal level too with Gwen. When we came back after the blinds and all that, she had realized that like my family, we had an Italian restaurant, and I grew up in that like Italian kind of household, and she kind of grew up the same way. Her family was really Italian, so I feel like we had this like instant bond. And yeah, I always go back to that and just thinking like that's so weird that I had that conversation with Gwen Stefani.
The stuffed artichoke bond.
Yeah.
that you only understand if you're Italian as well.
Yeah. That's like my Nana, like she goes for it.
Yep, it's the stuffed artichoke and caprese bond.
Yeah.
So you said it before that that doing The Voice, convinced that you had the mental toughness to make it as an artist. What exactly did you mean by that?
It's tough. I think with music, you can't really accept defeat. You really need to just kind of like stay focused and be able to handle the rejection, you know? And I think like, and to have the work ethic, you know? And I think the big thing with The Voice, it's like, it is awesome and it's great. And you have this really cool experience. But after it, you're kind of back to reality and you just kind of have to start over again and grind it out. And I think, I actually learned a lot of that, like from my dad, you know, like going to work 40 hours a week, coming home. I feel like he installed that work ethic in me. So I feel like it's been important for me to always remember that, because like the highs are awesome. But you're going to come down, and like, it's what you do when like you're back down here that you can somehow get back to that at least mid-level where you can kind of continue to work, you know?
Yeah. To be able to stay grounded in that sense too.
Yeah, definitely.
Now you're back in Nashville now, and you've really hit the ground running. Do you see yourself, say, as an artist in a different light now?
Yeah, for sure. The first time I moved here, things happened really quick for us. We had a really big producer, and we signed a major label deal within like 3 months of living here. And I knew that I moved here like chasing country music, but I didn't really know what that even meant. Like I was saying before, like I knew like the stuff I liked on the radio, but I didn't know what that meant for me. And now being back here, like it's become pretty full circle for me. And now I know like exactly who I am, exactly what I'm trying to do. And that's like why I really did I wanted to come back here. I loved LA. LA was great for me. And I learned a lot out there, but the whole time I knew like I wanted to get back to Nashville. So it's good being back, and I want to finish what I started last time.
Now, where would you say you draw most of your lyrical inspiration from?
I still try to keep it like pretty real life, you know? It is different, like in a lot of us, and I'm sure you've talked to other Nashville songwriters and even pop songwriters where like we'll write 4 or 5 times a week, you know? So sometimes you do run out of, you know, really specific things and real life experiences, but I still really try to keep it to like, especially like a song like Buy You a Beer that I just put out. I wanted that to kind of describe like a night in my life, you know? And it's kind of, we talk about like a dive bar on the east side, and I don't know. I feel like it's a little snapshot of a normal night in my life. So I always really try to at least draw from normal everyday experiences in my life.
Now, speaking of snapshots, you're going to give us kind of a literal live snapshot of that song right now. Even though we're going to close the show out with one of your songs, you were going to play. You're going to play what? Buy You a Beer right now?
Yeah, I'll play Buy You a Beer. I've got my guitar right over here in my kitchen.
Okay,
so I'll grab it.
Okay.
Cool.
And here when you said kitchen, I thought you were going to a complete other room. And then
Oh, no.
you're right there. You're in your kitchen.
Yeah, it's been funny. And like, you get this, you know, doing the whole live stream, and with COVID, obviously things are a little different. So my neighbors have been really cool about me, you know, making a lot of, we've been writing in here and recording in here. So they've all been pretty cool. So, but yeah, this one's called Buy You a Beer, and you can find it wherever you stream music. So. Kinda pretty that just hits you, never lets you go. No, wait the second that I saw you, just had to let you know. Yeah, the cool jean jacket with a patch on the back, lighting up the bar like a match. So hey there, beautiful, can I buy you a beer and learn every little thing about you? Can I pull up a chair? You just talk until we ain't brand new. Wanna know your favorite color, wanna know your favorite song, wanna know your every dream, where you from. I could listen all night long. Can I buy you a beer? Can I buy you a beer? Yeah, we still talk about it when we're both a little buzzed, and we just start laughing, 'cause they turn into us. You still got the cool jean jacket with a patch on the back, lighting me up just like a match. So hey there, beautiful, can I buy you a beer and learn every little thing about you? Can I pull up a chair? Ain't just talking till we ain't brand new. Wanna know your favorite color, wanna know your favorite song, wanna know your every dream, where you from. I could listen all night long. Can I buy you a beer? Can I buy you a beer? And I don't even know who I'd be without you. None of this would even make sense. No, I don't know who I'd be without you. And if I had to do it all again, can I buy you a beer and learn every little thing about you? Can I pull up a chair and just talk until we ain't brand new? Wanna know your favorite color, wanna know your favorite song, wanna know your every dream, where you from. I can listen all night long, all night long. Can I buy you a beer? Can I buy you a beer? Can I buy you a beer? Cool.
The audience of one applause.
That's been the weirdest thing, man, about the live streams. It's like, it's not so much the playing. It's like, and I'm sure you can totally understand this, it's the moment after when it's just silence. So even hearing like one clap was nice.
Well, when I would do the monologue, in the studio, I'd have immediate response to know what joke landed and what didn't. And
Yep.
so now the only time I know whether a joke lands is if my kid behind the camera laughs. and unfortunately, the times that he does, he laughs so hysterically that we have to retake it, because I then can't do the next joke because we're both laughing. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it just doesn't. And so now what we have to resort to, sadly, is we tell the joke and then we throw a graphic up that's kind of funny, so that the viewer kind of laughs, and you throw a little sound in, a horn or a honk or a or a screech or a sniff or something that makes something that makes people laugh.
Totally.
So Johnny, what can we expect from you next?
So yeah, I've got a bunch of new music coming. I actually signed a publishing deal out here back in May, and since then we've basically just been writing nonstop. I just took a trip out to LA to finish up the new like EP that I'm working on. So I got Buy You a Beer, Loretta Lynn out, Scotch Tape just came out, and then we're gonna be dropping more new music in January. So
that's awesome, and you know, just keep them coming. And I know we're going to close the show out with Scotch Tape after the break. Where can our audience go right now to follow you? Is there a website, social media?
yeah, I'd say for me, Instagram's probably the best, and you can just find me on there. It's just at Johnny Sings, and that's my handle for pretty much everything. Twitter too, but yeah, I'm pretty active on Instagram, so that's probably the best one.
Now we're after the break. We're going to come back with your new single, Scotch Tape. Tell us a little bit about what that song is about.
Yeah, so Scotch Tape is kind of about maybe like a couple that's rough around the edges, but in all the good ways. Like we have a couple lyrics where it's like, you know, when we fight, we wake the neighborhood up kind of thing. But at the end of the day, even if things start to go bad, they can kind of piece it back together with some, and this is kind of cheesy, but I have Scotch Tape here because my friends gave me a ton of Scotch Tape. So that's what that one's about.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Johnny. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Gates.
David, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.